It is the victory moment with CK. Join the show as we chat victory in the midst of the uncertainty in life, because each day can be a victory moment if you don't quit, if you don't give up, and if you don't let go. Well, hello, everybody. Hello. I see my guests coming in. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the travel edition. Tips and tricks for travels edition of the victory moment with CK. Welcome in. Thank you so much, my guests that are coming in. Thank you for those that are just gonna connect on Roku, on on IG and all of those different places, and on my YouTube channel. I appreciate everyone for your coming in. But let's talk about this today. Today I'm going to talk about, how many are excited about travel and would love to travel more, but what they find is that their budget doesn't connect with what they would like to do. Well, I'm going to share just today just a few travel tips in how can I travel on my budget. And let's talk about that today on the victory moment with CK. Hello again, and I am so excited because as we are planning and getting ready for for the summer, and that's coming up, and then soon the holidays are going to be coming up, and many travel on holidays. But you know, how do I prepare? How do I do what I do when it comes to having that budget or the financial way, the easy financial way of preparing for travel. And I'm just sharing three, but there's so many other things or you know information that I can share. But these three, right now, I'm going to highlight. And I want to talk about start planning early. A lot of times, our planning makes the difference in our budget, makes the difference in cost, makes the difference in how much you really spend in reference to this trip. I mean, and some of us may want to go on an elaborate trip, and a lot of times it's like, oh my God, how do I prepare for that? And most of the time, it is all about start planning early. If you know that you want to go next year, you start planning for it. There's certain things you cannot do right away. Like there's a certain level of timeline and all of that when it comes to you going on a flight. Flights have a different guideline as far as how far in advance it can be done, but you can still plan early, and once it's open do the to do the flight, then you can do the flight. I advise anyone to do flights early as you can because the closer you get to your, where, your desired time of flying or desired time of destination, when you'll be going to that destination, you will find that you would have more expense. So planning ahead makes a big difference. Planning ahead and planning early makes a big difference. Hello, I see you. So that's so important. Number two, on my second thought or information for you, is book at the right time. There is a timing of booking that's so important. And I was saying a little bit of it in the first part when it's talking about planning early. That means travel makes a difference when you travel off season. Off season. And that's what you got to do. Excuse me. That's what you got to do. Plan or, travel in that off season type of time when you're planning, because there's certain things that are more hyped during certain seasons. And how many know that if you are traveling during the holidays, that's always a hype season? You can't get around it. You can't, ship from it. It's a hype season. So when you're booking, you have to realize the timing that you're booking, because it matters. And financially, it makes a difference in how much you spend, and all of that, and your timing, of how much you spend, because of the timing. So I want to go back to start planning early. It makes a difference. I mean, how many have what we will call, we call it, what we call it is one, your destination desire, your bucket list. And if you have a bucket list, know that, look into your bucket list. If you desire to travel to Paris, when is the best time to go to Paris? If you're desiring to go to Dominican Republic, when is actually the best time to go to Dominican Republic? If you want to go to a major area like Africa, there are certain times and things, and like Trinidad has what we call carnival. You know, all of these different, different countries and stuff like that. Hawaii has a height season, all of it. And what you got to do is start planning early. It makes a difference. Um, and then booking at the right time, basically. When is the right time? And I had someone text me, hey, what's going on in July and August and stuff like that. Because believe it or not, there are certain places that are hyped at certain times, and better for you to go at that time in season. So you have to make up your mind to, if you want to go a certain place. I always tell my clients, do research. This is what we're here for. This is what we get paid for. This is because we do the research for you. We do it. And as we do it for you, it makes a difference. whether it's a cruise, whether it's just getting away, whether it's just going, we call it across the border because Canada for us is just across the border. So, it depends on where you want to go. And one of the things that I do as a travel consultant is, and this is why I'm sharing this with you, because a lot of times there's so many that desire to travel, but they really don't know how. And this is where I do this: how, what, when, where, and why. You have to understand how, why you want to travel. Where do you want to go? How do you want to go? Do you want to go by plane? Do you want to go by train? Do you want to go? All of these things you have to like set your mind to and make up your mind of how you want to do it. And I'm getting to one, but I want us to really get hold of these first two. It's all about planning. It's all shooting. Your trip is different. You'll see things kind of maneuver differently because of your planning, because of how you're doing what you're doing in advance. And most of the time, we a lot of things don't come to fruition because we fail to plan. And once you plan properly, your destination and where you're going makes a big, big difference of how your vacation, how your business trip needs to be planned properly. There are a lot of things that are entailed, and it's not, and you can do last minute or just quickly sometime you get up, whatever, and if you can do that, that's exciting that you can just get up and go. But everybody, I'm really talking to the people that cannot, or the persons that cannot just get up and go because they have a lot on their plate. They have, children, couples. Once you have children, it's a different maneuver. So all of that I'm sharing today, because I want everyone to understand that yes, you can travel, but it's all about the planning. It's all about how you plan initially. It's all about booking at the right time and season. So I definitely learned some tricks and tips in reference to how like planning. Like if there's a particular month you want to go to a place, let me help. Let know. You can simply ask, where's the best place to go within that month and time and season, and trust me, I can tell you. And if the person is a good travel consultant, quite obviously, and skilled in what they do, they should be able to tell you also. And that will help you along that journey. And the final thing I want to talk about is decide, make a decision on how much you want to spend, or we see budget. And that's where it begins, and that's where it starts, begins, and continues. Where do you decide on that budget and stick to it and stay on it? Decide again on that budget and stay to it. Because then when you're planning, you know exactly when you're planning how far your budget wants to go is to go. And I want to add this. A lot of times we get excited about, the tourist guides and all of that. If you just speak to the concierge at where you're staying, or those that are actually people that are actually there on the island or wherever you're going, they would actually probably show you places that you can do and go that's inexpensive. But even if you do your research beforehand, you won't have to always use a tour guide, which costs extra money. These are just some quick rule tips, because I know we get excited and there's excitement in travel. We see these beautiful places, and a lot of them are costly. But it's all about, again, the planning early, the booking strategically. I call it strategically, which is the right timing, off season. Where's the best place to go in July and August? And then remember, there are places that have hurricane season. I'm just this. And you have to be aware of that. There are places that are known for certain things at certain time and season. And you have to be, is good, let me say, to be aware of it. But most importantly, decide your budget and stick to it. And you'll find that you're traveling and you're desiring to go certain places. You'll start traveling like a rock star, because you set a tone of properly planning, properly booking, and properly knowing the budget that you desire. So this was just a quick episode of some more travel tips and tricks. Um, I said I was going to start doing it, and I meant it. So sometime during the month, at least twice a month, somehow, I'm going to give more, at least two episodes. I'm going to give what we call some travel tips and tricks. And this is to help us, because it helps me as a travel consultant to do certain things along the journey. So get excited about the destinations you desire, and just plan it out. The right time, again, the early planning, the right timing, and most importantly, your budget. So continue to budget. Continue to save. That's one of the main things. Save up. And then you can travel again like a rock star. So I appreciate, again, all that has joined me for this episode. Thank you. And those that will return, like I said, on Roku, on Apple TV, and and so forth. And again, connect with the BHC network, as we are here to share as much information as we can and help in any way that we can. Um and then I'm going to make some announcements on my next episode, because again, well, I can make this announcement definitely. You know, um we're coming live into Jersey in October, and I would love for my viewers and those that have to with me to join me that day, because we're going to do virtual part on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to do a live, and we're going to have some, some little hors d'oeuvres and things like that. But we're also going to connect, and I'm going to have some guest speakers, because we're going to talk again the victory moment. Even with travels, there's a victory moment, because you're getting to go and see and explore, and it sets a different tone. It makes a difference for your life, and for your mental wellness, and all of those other things. So there's some other things I'm going to share. And I'm excited for the victory moment with CK, because I can't wait to begin to, get more connected again after all this covert drama. My travels will begin, and I'm already planning certain things, but definitely we'll be in Jersey, and more information will come. And I'm excited. And again, please go and download BHC. It is now free. There's no subscription fee. It's free, and you can actually catch all the episodes, and go on Roku and see what's happening on Roku under the BHC network. So we appreciate you, love you. God bless to everybody. And again, you can have a victory moment every day if you don't give up, if you don't quit, and if you don't let go.